Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel. It is time for some monthly favorites. So if you want to hear all about the beauty products that I've been loving in the month of November, let's go ahead and hop right in because this could be a long one. It's often a chatty video. Let's get to it. First, I want to start with foundation. I've actually been loving two. One is a foundation I've been talking about a lot here on the channel and have made serious headway on. Nearly done with this guy. This is all I have left. It's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. This, I've talked about this repeatedly on the channel, but if you are new to the channel, like I know a lot of you are, welcome first of all. But if you haven't heard my thoughts on this, I will link to my review down below. Woo! Ooh. But the reason I have two favorites is because I recently tried a self-tanner that got me shockingly tan. I almost included it in this month's favorites, but I wanted a little bit more time to really give it a good test. So no feature this month, but the reason that I have a second is because I used a self-tanner, bronzed me up good and proper, and so I had to go back to a foundation that is a shade or two too dark for me. It's the Elsie Micro Silk Foundation. Once again, I have a review of this up as well. Bought this after Jaclyn Hill raved about it. Have similar feelings towards it as well. It's just an amazing full coverage foundation. I'm currently wearing it right now because once again, I have self-tanned. I am in the shade Sand, but you might find that quantities of these are limited on the site because it is available exclusively on lccosmetics.com or whatever the brand URL is. You might find they're in short supply because they recently had maybe their first ever Black Friday sale where they had 20% off. So this is a $45 foundation, I want to say. Very much worth it in my book, but that was a landmark sale for them, and so a lot of their shades are out of stock, which is a shame because once I rediscovered this, I went back on their site to go see if they had any more in stock. None. So have been loving both of those foundations in November. Next product I want to talk about really took me by surprise. It is a Drugstore mascara from the brand Circa, relatively recently launched, exclusively available to Walgreens. They sent me a couple of products from a winter collection they put together. I think they're permanent products, but they put them together in kind of a winter look that I reviewed on the blog. But the product that shocked me and impressed me the most was the mascara. It is the Optical Illusion Lash Lengthening Mascara, and I was impressed not only with what it did to my lashes, it really does lengthen with a solid amount of, it's like a nice compromise between lengthening and volumizing, which I find that 9 times out of 10 if a mascara says it lengthens, it does lengthen my lashes, but I'm really looking for volume, and so really it makes my lashes look like I have very few of them, like 5 really long lashes, which is great if that's what you're after, but I'm not. I'm really looking for a good balance of both lengthening and volumizing, and this happens to do it in addition to wearing well all day. It does not smudge or flake or fade. It holds my curl throughout the day. You can see from before and after pictures. I was just really impressed with how this held up. I was also impressed with a lot of the other products in the line, but this just took me by surprise because the wand is very unassuming as well. It has this short, bristled, rubberized sort of thing with this spiral pattern to it, and I just didn't think it was going to be as great as it is. So there you have it. Favorite. More to do with the eyes, but moving on to shadows, I've really been liking something very relatively new to me. It is the Viseart Dark Matte Eyeshadow Palette, and if you watched my most recent video, which was a Sephora haul, you'll know that I really tried to avoid this craze. These palettes have been around for quite a while, and really recently they've been getting some rave reviews, especially here on YouTube, specifically the Light Matte palette. But during the recent VIB sale at Sephora, I thought if there was any time, it would be then to give these a go because they are $80 a piece. Like, this is not chump change, people. To see if it were worth it, and this particular palette caught my eye because the light matte seemed like it was great, wonderful staple shades, but like a lot of shades that I already have in my collection, so I thought I'd try something a little new. This is a configuration of shadows that I have never seen before, definitely don't own, so gave it a go. I'm super impressed. I'm wearing this deep burgundy shadow all over my lid, and then wearing the brown up here and the orange in my crease to kind of blend everything out, in addition to another pigment that I talked about in that haul. This is the Ardency in Pigment in Teddy Boy on top of that as well. But I have just been super impressed with the quality of these mattes. They can be used both wet and dry, which is kind of hard to come by when it comes to matte shadows, and yeah, super impressed. You can go check out that video if you're interested in learning more, but needless to say, they are definitely in my favorites, and I personally think very worth the hype. The other favorite I've been loving for my eyes is way less of a strain on the wallet, and is one other product that I recently reviewed here on the channel. It's from LOC, which a lot of you might know is a brand exclusively available on Birchbox and is a collaboration between Tati here on YouTube and Birchbox. She came out with her own line of cosmetics. I reviewed it and we'll link the video down below, but basically I fell in love with the eye pencils, and the one in particular that I fell in love with was Impress Me. I describe it as this combination of like this smoky, kind of deep blackened eggplant, but like not even deep. It's very multifaceted, a very unique shade. And I took this with me when I was traveling for Thanksgiving. And funny story, I actually took this and the Viseart palette, got to my destination and found that I had no makeup, like no eye makeup brushes. And so, true to its name, use this guy all over my lid. It's a one and done eyeshadow stick. I used my finger to blend it out in the crease, and I paired it with the lip that I'm about to talk about, and it was just like a perfectly pieced together makeup look, and it looked so much more complex than it actually was because these shades are so multifaceted. It looks like as you turn your eye that you have 2 to 3 shades on. It's just, I don't think you can beat them, and I think individually they're 10 bucks a piece, which is incredible to me, given that I didn't personally need to wear a primer, didn't need to set it with a shadow, just put it on, blend it out, you're good to go. Speaking of the lip color, I have been loving this one from ColourPop that has the name is totally worn off, so we're gonna go with Liquid Matte Lip Color. It's not that, I'm sure it's something way cooler than that, but you get the idea. They only have one line of matte lip colors, and this is from that. The shade, luckily, is still here. It is Clueless, and you can see, I'm not going to do a very good job of describing this. It's basically a very pale, dusty mauve kind of shade, but it's very flattering in that it's not too pale, it's not too dusty, the undertone isn't too gray. It still has a nice lively pink pop there, but it takes it down into that kind of warmer, softer fall and winter look to it. I have just been loving this, and like I said, paired it with that Love of Color Impress Me, and the two together, the purples in each other play off. Oh, it looked like I put way more effort into it than I did, which is always something I love in a makeup look. And this has just been one of my go-tos. I don't think I've talked about these a lot, if at all, here on the channel I certainly haven't done a review, I don't think. Needless to say, really like the formula. I don't find them to be drying at all. I know some people do. I think it just depends on the state of your lips, the weather, and the area that you live. Being in Texas now, I haven't experienced a ton of super dry weather. So if you are like up north, east, the cold, snowy states, you might have a little bit more trouble with these, need to put on a moisturizing primer and then blot off before you apply. But personally, I put this on and I let it dry, and I'm good to go. It doesn't dry, it doesn't flake, it doesn't crack. It wears relatively evenly, even through activities like eating, drinking. I get upwards of 5 hours of wear out of this guy, and I'm just so impressed with the formula. I have a few other shades, but this is just the one I've been going to because it just feels so fall-y, wintry, I think. And last, I want to talk about highlight. This is one that I did a dupe or dud for. It is from Makeup Revolution. It is their Vivid Baked Highlighter Powder in Golden Lights. I'm really eager to try some of the other shades within this collection because a few of you have said that you not only like this one as well, but there are two, I think a pink and a purpley kind of iridescent highlighters that are similar within the line, and these are super affordable. I think they're $6 a piece. Basically, I did a dupe or dud saying this is a clear dupe for the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Gold Digger. It's amazing. And so it's been what I've gone after whenever I'm wearing a warmer toned all over look. However, when I did my recent Sephora haul, I got a pink toned highlighter from the brand, you guys told me how to say this in the comments. I think it's Chosunga, 3 syllables, yes. Probably not. Apologies again if I screwed that up, but it's a highlighter. It is called their 24-hour Ray Beam Cream. Basically, it is a pearlescent pink highlighter, but it's identical to Benefit's High Beam. This made me re-fall in love with pink highlighters. However, Benefit's High Beam is, if you're unfamiliar with the packaging, it has this kind of nail polish type cap, so it's more open to the air and thus bacteria. So I'm trying to use this up. It's what I'm wearing right now, trying to use this up before I migrate into this brand, because as you can see, it has a super nice, super sanitary kind of push pump sort of deal where your finger only touches the product that it's going to use, the rest isn't exposed to your hands, the air, whatever it is that may contaminate it, which super sanitary. I definitely prefer this highlighter primarily for the packaging, but just to get that pink glow back into my life, I've been using Benefit's High Beam. So I think those are all my beauty favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. Would love to hear which products or things in general you have been loving in the month of November in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.